So here I was thinking the iPhone 15 would stick to the same design for another year, but it seems that won't be the case. As yes, we hear that the next Pro models of the iPhone 15 will change in materials and design in a major way that makes sense. Vivo just announced a new batch of flagships that are already featuring chips that barely just got announced, and we hear that Oppo is gonna make a major update to its cameras right along with Vivo, by the way. I'm Jaime Rivera, and since I'm already back to freezing in New York, I'm sure you know how much I wish I was back in the beach in Maui. This is Pocketnow Daily, sponsored by Qualcomm Technologies. Let's start today's video with a quick recap of the 2022 Snapdragon Summit that ended last week. Things started in the best possible way with the announcement of the powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform that is now in charge of powering all of the upcoming flagships. It is 35% faster, 40% more power efficient, and also has a new Qualcomm AI engine which now brings a 4.35x performance uplift. On the graphics department, we get the new Adreno GPU, which is 25% faster, 25% more power efficient, and includes real-time hardware accelerated ray tracing for authentic lighting and shadow reflections while you're gaming. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is the world's first mobile platform with 5G AI and also includes the world's first cognitive ISP, which allows semantic segmentation for photos and videos, along with many other firsts. On day 2, we got to see the Snapdragon AR2 Gen 1 platform designed to unlock a new generation of powerful glasses that finally have a sleek look thanks to a new multi-chip architecture that achieves 50% lower power consumption with more than double the AI performance. During the second day, we also got to see the new updates to Snapdragon Sound with the Snapdragon S5 Gen 2 and S3 Gen 2 sound platforms. These bring support for Qualcomm's third generation hybrid adaptive ANC, adaptive transparency mode, 48 kHz lossless audio, and many more features. Last but not least, we learned more about the Snapdragon W5 Plus and W5 Gen 1 wearable platforms, which bring double the features and performance, all at a 30% smaller footprint thanks to their 4nm process. Finally, on the third day, we focused on compute and discussed how companies like Adobe and other third-party developers continue to adopt Qualcomm's platform natively. We also saw the importance of the role AI plays in achieving such great performance without taxing the CPU and GPU. And when we thought it couldn't get any better, we got a teaser of Qualcomm's Orion CPU that has been in the works for 22 months. This project is here to revolutionize Snapdragon platforms even further and to redefine standards of efficient performance. So yeah, once again, we witnessed such a great week full of exciting announcements that made the future of Qualcomm even more enticing. Sticking to official news, let's talk about Vivo and their new X series that just got launched. But for now, let's focus on the Pro model. I think what's most interesting is that this is Vivo's imaging powerhouse every year, and this time there's an interesting change. It's already powered by MediaTek's Dimensity 9200 that was just announced 2 weeks ago, and it's also paired with up to 12 gigs of RAM and up to half a terabyte of storage. For the display, we get a 6.78-inch curved AMOLED screen with Quad HD Plus resolution and 120Hz refresh rate. For the camera department, which is the best-selling point of this device, we get a 1-inch Sony IMX989 main sensor with a wide f1.75 aperture. It also has a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera and 2 telephoto modules, a 50-megapixel IMX758 portrait lens, and a 64-megapixel periscopic module with 3.5x optical zoom and up to 100x digital zoom. For the battery, we get a 4870 mAh unit that supports 120-watt wired charging. Finally, Vivo's X90 Pro is available in black and red colors with a starting price of $700, while maxed out can go up to $850. Both devices are in pre-order in China starting today, and international availability and pricing will be detailed at a later point. It would be interesting to see if the phone will retain the MediaTek chip overseas instead of switching to its typical Snapdragon switch when it comes to overseas, but we'll see about that. Moving on, let's talk about Oppo since we have a new report about its upcoming flagship flagship. We've seen a lot of rumors about the Find X6 Pro during the last few weeks, and well, now it's time to talk about the camera department. According to Digital Chat Station, the new phone will feature three 50-megapixel cameras on its back with Sony sensors behind all three lenses. Now, the main camera will be the Sony IMX989, which is, again, a 1-inch sensor with a 7p lens and OIS. Now, the ultra-wide camera will house a IMX890, while the third one is also expected to be a Sony IMX890 lens at 2.7x optical zoom and OIS. I know, it seems like all Chinese companies are going hard with this 1-inch sensor. The report also mentions that the company will add a time-of-flight sensor to help with depth mapping. As for the rest of the specifications, previous rumors suggest that the Find X6 Pro will be available with chipset options that include the Dimensity 9200 and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which we think will follow last year's strategy of Dimensity for China and Snapdragon everywhere else. For the display, it'll be a 6.7-inch AMOLED panel with a Quad HD Plus resolution and 120Hz refresh rate. We'll keep you posted on how things develop because so far, it's looking like a pretty interesting 2023. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Apple since we have some interesting rumors about the design of the iPhone 15 series. It is reported that Cupertino is planning a big design overhaul for its iPhone 15 lineup. Reportedly, the chassis of the new model will be made of titanium, while the back edges of the iPhone 15 will be rounded similar to the bottom edges of the latest MacBook Pro models. The report also mentions that the new device will stick to a back glass panel that will curve to the new contour, while the front side will most likely be flat. It seems like the goal is to make these changes in order to achieve a more comfortable grip and to reduce weight with that titanium chassis. This isn't the first time that we've heard rumors claiming that Apple will release a titanium iPhone, and which would be great as a move considering how it's lighter than stainless steel, though tougher and more durable than aluminum. Now, we hear that the company has recently looked into the viability of titanium casings for these iPhones. I mean, surely we've already seen products like the Apple Watch Ultra using the material, and we've seen very old MacBook Pros doing the same, but none of these sold at the scale of iPhones. So we'll see how that ends up. But anyways, in today's question, let us know. I mean, would you care about an iPhone 15 Pro series going titanium? Because in my case, I'd love it as an alternative over stainless steel, and heck, I wouldn't even mind if the Pro models just went back to aluminum just to shed the weight. So long as the price doesn't get crazier, I'm good with whatever Apple does. But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on PocketNow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me debate the obvious when it comes to the weather. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.